welcome to my first episode of hopefully this will become a regular thing where I will review a book that I've recently read, or a movie, or an album. In this first episode we shall be reviewing McFly's new book.
Hi!
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 Yo, hello!
McFly here, we're McFly.
We are McFly.
So, as you may or may not know, I feel I need to give you a bit of backstory. I'm a really big McFly fan. I've been a McFly fan for 6 years, ever since I saw them in Just My Luck. And I YouTubed them and I was like, wow, they're amazing. I love them. McFly have been with me for 6 years now, but that's pretty much been my entire teenage years. And their music has kind of helped me get through a lot of things. Not that I've gone through really deep things, but you know, they've kind of shaped me into the person that I am today. I feel that without them, I know they're just a band, but they're more than that to me. When I found out they were releasing their tell-all autobiography, I was like, oh my god, I need to read it. I haven't really been in the McFly world in the past couple of years because I've been really busy with university and with finishing year 12, finishing year 11, just basically finishing all these schooling things. And so, because before I used to run a McFly fan site, and it's still up and everything, but I just don't update it anymore. And I never really did get a chance to update it as much as other fan sites that I always wanted to be. But I still run a McFly Twitter account that's at MacAustralia. Enough about me and McFly. The book is called Unsaid Things, Our Story, and it of course is by McFly. It's Tom Fletcher, Danny Jones, Dougie Pointer, and Harry Judd. Essentially the book is, well, as it says, our story. It gives you McFly from when it was first conceived. Each of the boys tell their story, their backstory, like where they came from, where they grew up, their parents, their siblings, etc. And then it talks about how they came together as a band. So they didn't really come together as, you know, a band. It's like a group of friends. They got together and made it big. Well, Tom auditioned to be in Busted, and then he didn't really make the cut. Then management thought Tom still has potential, and they thought, we'll keep him around. Maybe he'll be something. And then Danny went and auditioned for V, which was not the type of band he was thinking of, but nonetheless he met Tom, they got together, wrote some cool songs, then McFly came about, kind of. Danny didn't think it was a good name, which is a bit weird. Danny, what's wrong with you? That's actually one of the reasons I liked McFly, because their name was McFly, and I'm a really big Back to the Future fan. Love that movie so much. Then they auditioned for a drummer and a bass player. And then same audition, Harry and Dougie were there. Basically a record label put them together, in a way. Not kind of in a One Direction kind of way where they just get thrown together. More of a, they kind of actively seeked out each other. So in the prologue / introduction, when you first read it right off the bat, you kind of get a feel of what the entire book's going to be like. They talk about this special massage that one of them got while in Indonesia, and they didn't say who it is. 3 of them get offered a special massage, and they say no, and then they convince the 4th one to get a massage, and then they find out that they're offered a special massage, and the 4th one takes it. And just that, I was reading it in my kitchen. I was like, just trying to contain myself because my mum was there. So the first bits where they're all talking about their individual childhoods and their backstories and where they came from was really kind of, I guess it was eye-opening in a way. Because, to be honest, when I think of McFly, I even though I do feel like I know them on a level, but a way that probably doesn't actually know them, the real them. Reading this book, I felt like the way I knew them wasn't actually the way that they are. Kind of like when you have this image of someone in your head this kind of epitomized image. They're what you think they are, but then they turn out to be just a little bit different, a bit more, well, in McFly's case, they were a lot more human to me once I'd read this book. I knew of the things that some of them had gone through, like Danny and his parents. I knew that they had separated. I knew about Dougie and his dad, that his dad left just before he went and joined the band. I guess when I was younger I didn't really think about it too much, but now that I'm older I can see how that must have affected him on such a level. This horrible thing happened, and then this great thing comes into his life, you know? Reading his words really kind of brings it a bit more close to home in a way. Not that my parents had like separated or anything. It makes me kind of empathize a bit more with them. When Harry, his parents didn't approve and that they all thought it was just a bit of a joke, turns out it wasn't. I understand that because I know people that have gone through that where their parents have just been like, nah, you can do that like for fun, but I want you to do this. You have to do this. So I'm going to be a little bit bad and kind of admit that Tom is my favourite member. I mean, I love them all, but Tom really does kind of have a special place in my heart. Which is why when I read Tom's bits of the book, he was talking about his highs and lows and how he suffered through depression and how in the end he was diagnosed as being bipolar. That was just really eye-opening for me. To me, Tom never really seemed like that. Like, I don't know him personally, obviously, but, you know, from things that the fans have seen, so like their backstage videos from their tour, their interviews, their music videos even, tweets and blogs, basically things that they put out for us fans. He never came across as that to me. To me, Tom was always this happy-go-lucky kid that really loved singing, playing guitar, Disney, his really pretty wife, that he was just happy, and his cats. I mean, Wonderland, in the book, explains so much. That album. I mean, I love that album to death. It was interesting getting to see a different side. So the bits with Tom, I was like, whoa, stand back. I just wasn't expecting it. And then there was the bits with Dougie and his alcohol problem. The same thing. I wouldn't have guessed it, like, at all. Seriously, they're quite emotional now. When he wrote about his suicide attempt, that was really sad to hear. I remember when he went to rehab. I bought the tabloids. Oh, he went to rehab because of his breakup, his broken heart. But if I had known the real reason, I would just, oh my god. I still kind of can't believe it now. It just kind of shows you how good projection is. Like, if I don't have to share this with us in this book. So, because most bands, they kind of don't do this until they've like broken up and they're in like their 80s or 60s. Because it really shows fans, not only fans, but like kind of the entire world, anyone that picks up their book and reads it. There is a lot more to a band like McFly than what is projected to us. Bits of the book that I didn't really expect. I can't believe that they didn't like the 5 colors video idea. I thought 5 colors, wow, that's so cool, I love it. But they didn't like it. They thought it was cheesy. I know if you had the chance to go back in time, you wouldn't want to change anything because it could affect you in the worst way. I wasn't expecting them to be doing drugs. I know this sounds really naive, but, you know, in my head, McFly was like clean cut, maybe a few drinks here and there, but I was like, whoa dudes, you do drugs? If 13-year-old me knew about McFly doing drugs, I'd kind of be like, whoa, because I was just that judgmental when I was 13. I was like, drugs? No bingo. No drugs here. Hugs, not drugs. So essentially, when I was 13, I was obviously very, very set in mind for most things. Like, drugs is bad, alcohol is bad. So if I had known that, I don't even know how I would perceive them back then, would I? If I would like them at all. But because I'm older, I understand that things like that just happen. And not that I've done drugs. That was a bit of a like, whoa, dudes, what you doing? And then it made sense, kind of. I mean, when you're young, I'm not that I'm that old, but when you're young, and especially being in a band and everything just seems all cool. I understood that. Another part that really surprised me in the book was about how much McFly were unsure about Above the Noise. I mean, I know Above the Noise was a really different album for them, like not just musically but look-wise. I know some fans weren't really that all jazzed about Party Girl because it was really different and it wasn't McFly, like it wasn't McFly that we knew, and that was obviously really hard for everyone to take in, that they went into this kind of electro dancey synthy section of music, whereas before they were more like heavy guitar solos, drums, rocky pop music. So they're kind of two different spectrums of music. I guess I can understand why they would have been apprehensive, but that the apprehension was really so vast was really surprising. I personally, I like Above the Noise because it was different, and I feel with every McFly album there's a little part of my life that's with it. Like sections of my life can just be with an album, and even though it was a different direction, I think it was good that McFly experimented with it, even if they didn't really like it. Not that going in a new direction is a bad thing. Oh, I like that the book had cute pictures. So, here's Harry, here's Danny. Oh my god. Sorry, but this is just the cutest picture of Danny. Look how cute he is. And there's Tom with his dad, and Tom is Oliver. So at the end of the book, it leaves off on a high note. McFly are in a happier place, and they're all in good relationships. They want to just keep making music and be friends, and I'm glad that McFly have gotten to share their story with us. And it's kind of, I guess, in a way, it has broken down some of those barriers, like perceptions and everything that I've had of them. Not in a bad way, but in a more showing them in a different light kind of way. And there were some pretty good funny stories in there. If you're a McFly fan out there, and for some strange, odd, and bizarre reason, you have not picked up or read McFly's book yet, what is wrong with you? This is essentially a book for any McFly fan out there, whether you like them a little bit, whether you like them a lot, or just people who are interested in a story of how a band works. I mean, this is kind of more beneficial if you're a fan, but I feel it also works if you don't really know much about the band, because it gives you an insight to them. I read it 5 stars. McFly will always hold a special place in my heart, and if I ever meet McFly, which is like my dream come true, and if you ever see this video, thank you for watching, and check out McFly's book. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed my review. Sorry it's a bit lengthy. Thumbs up if you like this video. Click the subscribe button up there if you'd like to see more videos like this. And leave me a comment in the comment section below and tell me about whether or not you've read the book, whether you'd like to read the book, your thoughts on it, and etc. And recommend me some books / movies / albums / whatever else you think I should review. Bye guys.